Yep.
Oh, ma'am.
Oh,
So what do you want to say about this harbor cruise there, Mr. Eric?
it's cool. I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you very much. I'm enjoying myself.
I'm just kidding.
Ooh, look at the hair.
Stop. Thank you. It's kind of cold.
About to go on a horns. Yes. It's very, very invigorating. She's my granddaughter. I don't have one of those. You mean your granddaughter? She's sitting next to me being filmed by her great uncle. Yes, he's videotaping the whole thing. I told you we were gonna come out here and get on the film. Okay, your nana said put on your best face. She's yes. Okay, well y'all have fun. All right. Bye-bye. I can do this. I lose signal after that, maybe.
Signal? Wow.
That's a big old ship, Walter.
Midway?
Yeah. I mean, you know, it looked big looking at it, but actually being right here, that's a big old ship.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you done probably walked every square inch of that puppy, huh?
Yep.
I like how the wings fold up on those planes.
Major tizzy, I guess the lady's called a medevac for East.
Walker will be up here. Yeah, I'm gonna get it when we come back in. See it? How does it feel riding by your old home? Knowing you don't have to go back up there.
That's right.
Where were you at?
Yeah, he was on duty.
Sometimes the radar line is actually
Oh, yeah.
Where?
it's below that. It's below the main.
That's what do they call it? 8 bucks?
Well, it's not an 8 box. It's actually ETC.
On the disc on it.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the entire flagship Cruise and Events crew, I'd like to welcome you. I'm your narrator, Marcos, and I'm going to be guiding you through our beautiful San Diego Bay today aboard the Marietta. Over to our left-hand side, we're going to see the USS Midway. The USS Midway was commissioned from 1945 until 1992. That's about 47 years. That's a record for an aircraft carrier. She was never in World War II. She was commissioned 2 weeks after World War II ended, but she was in every conflict after World War II, except the Korean War. Her last mission was Operation Desert Storm. She's about 1,000 feet long, carried about 75 aircraft, and a crew of about 4,500 in her day. She was the biggest ship in the world. She held that title for about 10 years. Now people say she is the greatest aircraft carrier museum in the world. She's a self-guided tour, which means you can spend all day on the USS Midway if you like. Only for the times that she's open, that's from 10 to 5. There's also docents on board that can give you a little bit more history about the USS Midway. If you have the time, you should really check her out. She's a beautiful aircraft carrier.
Those carriers are bigger though. The other carriers over there are larger.
They're newer, aren't they? Oh, they're still active.
Yes, they are.
And over to our right-hand side now, we're going to see two Nimitz-class aircraft carriers. We have the number 76, that is the USS Ronald Reagan, and number 70, that is the USS Carl Vinson. These Nimitz-class aircraft carriers are by 1,100 feet long. They're about 24 stories high from her keel all the way to the top of her mast. She can carry up to 85 aircraft, such as the E-2 Hawkeye, the C-2 Greyhound, the F-18 Hornet, and the Prowler. Her crew is about 5,700, and these Nimitz-class aircraft carriers make over 20,000 meals a day for a whole entire crew. She has a small hospital with 8 doctors and 80 hospital beds, and her top speed is about 30 knots, which is about 35 miles per hour. Her true top speed is actually top secret. And where they're docked at right now is Naval Air Station North Island. And Naval Air Station North Island has been an aircraft carrier base since 1924, when the first aircraft carrier, the USS Langley, was based here. Here we got the number 187, that is the United States naval ship, Henry J. Kaiser. She's an oil replenishment ship, and what she does is she goes out to sea and she replenishes ships that are underway with the hoses on the left and right hand side of that naval ship. She's about 680 feet long and has a crew of about 200. Over to our right hand side now, we got the city of Coronado. City of Coronado has about 30,000 residents. Its size is about 7 miles in area. It's surrounded by the Navy and salt water. And everybody's interested in buying a house right now. And you want to buy a house in Coronado. And you want to buy a house in Coronado with a nice view of the San Diego Bay, just like these houses here. It's going to cost you between $10 to $15 million. And the city of Coronado became a huge tourist attraction back in 1888, where they opened the Hotel del Coronado. Flagship cruise and events actually has a water taxi that can take you into Florida Bay and drop you off right across the street from the Hotel Del. If you'd like more information on our water taxi, you can always go to our ticket booth. They'll be more than happy to give you more information on our water taxi. You can always ask about our dinner cruises that goes out every night, our brunch cruises that goes out every Sunday, and our prime rib dinner that goes out every Sunday night. And if you look right behind your ticket, your boarding pass, you'll see that you get 15% off your dinner cruise. But if you're hungry as soon as you get off the boat, you can always head over to the Bay Cafe, show them your boarding pass, and you get 10% off your meal. That's all with your boarding pass.
But then I have to swim way.
About 100 yards, a little over 100 yards.
I'd be scared something don't bite me.
That makes sense.
Here we got this wall that's in the bay here. This is where the car ferry landing used to be. You can actually take your car from the city of Coronado to the city of San Diego. But the car ferry landing is no longer used because they built the Coronado Bay Bridge. Behind that wall, we're going to see that road. That road is called Orange Avenue. You can actually walk from the bay to the Pacific Ocean in about 30 minutes using that road. And Orange Avenue is the only road in Coronado that has traffic lights on her. Here we got our ferry. This is the Cabrillo. The Cabrillo is docked at the Coronado Ferry Landing. And the Cabrillo leaves the Coronado Ferry Landing at the bottom of the hour, goes across the bay to San Diego, where it leaves San Diego at the top of the hour. A round-trip ticket on the ferry is $8.50. Behind the Coronado Ferry Landing is a ferry landing market where there's an assortment of shops and restaurants back there, such as Pio's, which is a seafood Polynesian restaurant, El Fornaio, which is an Italian restaurant, and Little Piggy's, which is a barbecue place. And you're going to see the only public pier here in the San Diego Bay. You can actually dock your boat here for free for about 4 hours and enjoy the sights of the city of Coronado. To Marriott San Diego for a low price of $6 a person. And you're going to see Marriott San Diego over at 7 o'clock. It's where those two buildings are with the paired windows. That's Marriott San Diego we're looking at over there. See Thailand Park. Thailand Park has its own little beachy area, has a skateboard park, has a small playground for little kids, and also a large grassy area where you can have a nice, beautiful picnic underneath the California sun. Here we got these boats tied to these buoys. This is called a mooring field. And what's so special about these mooring fields is that the captains / owners actually live on these boats, and they pay a rent from $150 to $300 a month. The usual wait time to get on one of these buoys is about 4 to 5 years. This is a mooring field we're looking at here. Probably that's been paid off. And it's actually free to cross the Coronado Bay Bridge now. After the main water to the top of the bridge is about 200-foot currents. The reason why is that naval ships from Naval Base San Diego can come underneath the Coronado Bay Bridge freely. And there's a little fun fact for everybody. The first person to cross the Coronado Bay Bridge was a former actor, our former governor, and former president of the United States, Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was first person across the Coronado Bay Bridge, followed by the mayor of Coronado. On the Naval Amphibious Base in Coronado, at this Naval Amphibious Base, they train United States Navy SEALs and also United States Marines to become coxswains. What are coxswains? Those are Marines that drive small amphibious boats and do amphibious assault landings on beaches. How do I know that? I'm a United States Marine and actually trained here to become a coxswain. But not all Marines can become a coxswain. There are two requirements. One, you have to be in the infantry, and the second, you have to be in a whole company in the infantry. I was honored, and I was both, and they chose a few other fellow Marines to come here to train to become coxswains. This is actually the best training I did the whole time I was in the Marine Corps. Go their amphibious boats from here, go all the way around the San Diego Bay to the other side of Coronado, practice our amphibious assault landings there, and then from there, at about 20 miles out to sea, and land on an amphibious transport dock. And we're actually going to see one of these amphibious transport docks at Naval Base San Diego. And you're going to see an F-18 Hornet out there in the distance, about around 4 o'clock up in the sky. To Naval Amphibious Base Coronado, where you see a long strip of land there. It's called the Silver Strand. And the Silver Strand connects the city of Coronado to the city of Imperial Beach. It's a 4-lane highway, and it's about 7 miles long. Over to our 1 o'clock, it is a little bit hazy, but we're seeing Mexico. That's a whole different country we're looking at over there. And there's a city of Tijuana. That's about a 20-minute drive from where we disembarked from. left-hand side now, we're going to see Naval Base San Diego. Naval Base San Diego has about 14 piers it uses here in the San Diego Bay. Docked on those piers, we're going to see some cruisers, destroyers, frigates, amphibious assault ships, amphibious transport docks. But I'll be talking about that a little bit later on. But the United States Navy is broken up into fleets, and the third fleet is here on the west coast, and about 1/3 of the third fleet is here in San Diego, making San Diego the second largest Navy port in the country. The first being in Norfolk, Virginia. So give everybody some time to rest. Work on their tan before I bombard you with all my naval knowledge I know about these naval ships. So stay tuned once we make our U-turn and get a closer look at these naval ships here.
Hit the record button.
Double O. Hit
the
double O.
Hit
double O.
Hit
Double O.
Hit
Double O.
Hit
Over to our right-hand side now, we're going to see two amphibious assault ships. We've got the number 5, that is the USS Bacon Island. And number 8, that is the USS, or no, number 8 is the USS Bacon Island. Number 5 is the USS Peleliu. These amphibious assault ships look like small aircraft carriers. And they're actually the same size of aircraft carriers. These are World War II. They're about 860 feet long. They have a crew of about 1,100 sailors, plus 1,600 United States Marines. She can operate Marine Corps aircraft that can land vertically, such as the Huey helicopter, the C-7 helicopter, the C-9 helicopter, the Super Cobra helicopter, the Osprey, and the Harrier jets. To the computer town, we got number 62, that is the USS Chancellorsville. She's a cruiser. Cruisers are about 560 feet long. We have a crew about 400 to 450. We have 2 5-inch guns, one in the front, one in the back. We can operate 2 Seahawk helicopters in the back. And her primary weapons are guided missiles. And she's equipped with an Aegis weapon system. And what that weapon system does, it can track, locate, and target over 100 targets at one time. Here we have these white barges. These are burning barges. And how these burning barges are used, for example, if there's a naval ship getting worked on, they dock one of these burning barges right next to that naval ship. So the sailors are somewhere to eat, sleep, and stay while their naval ship is getting worked on. Here, 8, we're going to see 2 destroyers. We got number 65, there's USS Benbow, and number 108, there's USS Wayne E. Meyer. Now, if you look at the anchors on these 2 destroyers, you notice those anchors are painted gold. The reason they're painted gold is because she has met her goal of sailors re-enlisting on her, and has got she's got her retention award. So if you ever see any naval ships with golden anchors, it means that naval ship has been its goal of sailors re-enlisting on her and has got the retention award. On the left-hand side of Pier 7, we got the USS Lake Champlain. She is a cruiser. Cruiser's top speed is about 30 knots, which is about 35 miles per hour. Over on Pier 6, we're going to see 2 frigates. We have the USS Brent and the USS Gary. Frigates are about 450 feet long. We have a crew about 230. We have a 3-inch gun in the center. We can operate 2 Seahawk helicopters in the back. And our primary weapons are guided missiles, anti-submarine weapons. When these frigates go out to sea, they go out and they hunt enemy submarines. On the right-hand side of Pier 5, you've got the number 22. There's a USS San Diego. She's an amphibious transport dock, part of the San Antonio class. She's about 680 feet long. She has a crew of about 400 sailors, plus 800 United States Marines. She can operate Marine Corps aircraft that can land vertically. And you're also going to notice that they're all angular. The reason she's all angular is because she's detected by radar. Shoots a lot smaller on the screen. To Pier 5, you got the United States naval ship Volvo. She's a roll-on, roll-off ship, and she can carry up to 1,000 vehicles, such as tanks, trucks, and Humvees. She's about 950 feet long. On the left-hand side of Pier 4, we got the number 23. That is a USS Anchorage. She's an amphibious transport dock part of the San Antonio class. Her sister ship, the USS New York, which is stationed on the East Coast, is actually named from parts of the World Trade Center. But it's the USS New York, actually stationed in Norfolk. On the left-hand side of Pier 3, we're going to see two destroyers. We got the number 83. There's a USS Howard, named after First Sergeant Jimmy E. Howard, who led 16 recon Marines against a battalion of Viet Cong during the Vietnam War. He successfully defeated that battalion and was awarded the Medal of Honor for that victory. The number 102, that is the USS Sampson. Destroyers are about 510 feet long. They have a crew about 300 to 350. They have a 5-inch gun in the front. They operate 2 Seahawk helicopters in the back. And her primary weapons are kinetic missiles, anti-submarine weapons, and she's also equipped with the Aegis weapon system. On the right-hand side of Pier 2, we got the USS Cowpens. She's a cruiser. In between stop 1 and 2, we're going to see the number 2. There's the USS Independence. She's a littoral combat ship. She was designed to do missions in shallow waters. She's capable against submarines and other naval ships. And her top speed is about 45 knots, which is about 55 miles per hour. You're also going to notice that she is not painted. The reason she's not painted is because the paint actually has weight to these naval ships. And they want none of that paint to affect the speed of these littoral combat ships. We are here a little bit off the distance. We got called by the Navy, told us to stay away from the security barrier. So we have to do what they tell us to do. On the right-hand side of Pier 1, we got the United States Naval Hospital ship, Perris. She's a floating hospital. She has 12 operating tables, 1,000 hospital beds. Her crew is about 60 civilians, plus 1,000 Navy personnel. And she actually used to be an oil tanker, but she was converted into a hospital here in San Diego at NASCO's shipbuilding yard. And you're going to see NASCO's shipbuilding yard. This is where they build ships for the Navy and also for civilians. Here we got the United States Naval ship Montfort Point. She is the lead ship of the new mobile landing platform naval ships. And she's named in honor of African-American Marine Corps recruits that trained at Montfort Point Camp in North Carolina between 1942 to 1949. But she actually destroyed the fleet about 3 weeks ago. Here we can see another floating dry dock being built out there in the distance. And here we see this dry dock. Here, all these dry docks work. They actually lower themselves down into the water. A ship will pull in there, and then it'll raise itself out of the water using pumps. Inside that dry dock, we have the number 2. There's the USS Essex. She's an amphibious assault ship. And you might have heard of the Essex on the news a few months ago. She actually had a steering malfunction and hit the number 202, the United States Naval ship Yukon. Unfortunately for that steering malfunction, the captain of the Essex lost his job because of that. Here we got the number 20, that is the USS Green Bay. She's an amphibious transport dock, part of the San Antonio class. She's about 680 feet long. She has a crew of 400 sailors, plus 800 United States Marines. She can operate Marine Corps aircraft and land vertically. She has a stern gate in the back that lowers down at the back of a pickup truck. So that LPACs and amphibious boats can actually land in her well deck. Here we got the number Sea Tractor 8. These Sea Tractors here are from New Zealand. These Sea Tractors are the only tugboats that tug in these naval ships in and out of dock. Here we got BAE System Shipyards. There are build ships here. They only repair that. Here we got the number 52. That is the USS Bunker Hill. She's a cruiser. And all cruisers are named after famous American battles. Inside that dry dock, we have the number 69. That is the USS Milius. She's a destroyer. And all destroyers are named after Marine Corps and naval heroes. And what these destroyers and cruisers do is to go out to sea and to give support to aircraft carriers. You're also going to notice white plastic around them. The reason that white plastic is there is because they're actually working with hazardous material behind that plastic. And that hazardous materials means our bay water and hurt our sea life. Here we got the number 45. That is the USS Comstock. She's an amphibious transport dock. Now what these amphibious transport docks do, and amphibious assault ships, is they transport Marines as close as possible to shore, about 20 miles, drop them off so that they can do their mission on land. And how they get on land is by amphibious boats, and AVs, transfer amphibious assault vehicle, and helicopters. And here we go underneath the award-winning Coronado Bay Bridge. You notice that she is painted blue. The reason she's painted blue is so that she matches the sky and the bay. Here we see the Sea Slice. This is an experimental vessel being tested by the United States Navy. You can see she has a quadmirant hull. An operated Seahawk helicopter in the back. She was designed to do search and rescue missions in high seas. But she's only an experimental vessel, and she is not in the Navy fleet. There's a Sea Slice we're looking at there. To the Port of San Diego 10th Avenue Marine Terminal. This is the commercial part of the Marine Terminal. This is where they make cement. Here we got the number 752. This is the U.S. Coast Guard National Security Cutter, Scranton. These Coast Guard cutters are about 380 feet long. We have a crew on 170. We have a 3-inch cut in the front. We operate a Jayhawk helicopter in the back. And our primary missions are law enforcement, search and rescue, and military defense. Over to our 2 o'clock now, we're going to see that dome-shaped looking building in downtown San Diego. It's actually the new Central Library in downtown San Diego. 2 floors are actually dedicated to a high school. The students actually take a private elevator into those floors. The Dorado Discovery. She's a research vessel used by the Scripps Institution of Oceanography. Here we got the Big J. This is a fuel barge. These fuel barges actually get tugged all the way to Los Angeles to get away fuel. It's actually a lot cheaper to do that instead of putting fuel trucks and refueling them that way. To the home of the San Diego Padres, Petco Park. Petco Park is about 8 seasons old, and it's about 42,000 seats. And I believe, just as many other San Diegans believe, that this is where the World Series is going to be held at this season. Go Padres! In front of Petco Park, we're going to see a long gray building there. That is the San Diego Convention Center. And San Diego Convention Center holds the biggest convention in the United States called the San Diego International Comic Con. It is held here in San Diego in the month of July. It is literally where thousands and thousands of people come to meet their favorite comic book artist and their favorite movie star. Our last year's Comic Con attendance is over 150,000 people. Here we got this pier here. This pier is a fishing pier that you can fish off of for free. You need a California State fishing license to fish there. Here we got South Embarcadero area. In this area here, they hold Summer Pops, which is a concert venue held here only during the summer. Here's the Tuna Harbor, the San Diego Bay, the biggest tuna fleet in the world. This is the Marriott Marina. No, it's both the Marriott Marina. Actually, guests of the Marriott. They actually have a room service and get delivered straight to their boat. You see these two beige buildings here. This is the Manchester Hyatt. The Manchester Hyatt has its own bar on top of its buildings. It's where that huge window's at. It's called the Sky Lounge. You can have yourself a nice cold beer while enjoying the view of San Diego and Coronado. Here we got the Seaport Village. Seaport Village is about a 5-minute walk from where we disembarked from. There's shops, restaurants. There's a carousel in Sarah Seaport Village. San Diego Bay held the biggest steamer fleet in the world at one point. The United States decided to put some strict rules and regulations on the division. So once the captain decided to look into other countries where the rules and regulations were less strict, such as Guam and Costa Rica, with some of the captains did stay. And now to go fishing for crab, lobster, and swordfish. This outdoor roof building here, this is the Fish Market Restaurant. This is actually the Precious Seafood Restaurant in San Diego. Nothing here is ever frozen, everything here is catch of the day. So look at the Fish Market Restaurant. We're going to see a 25-foot statue of the sailor kissing the nurse called Unconditional Surrender. It is capturing the moments of the announcement of the end of World War II. I guarantee you right now, it's 25 feet tall, and it's called Unconditional Surrender. I hear that the USS Midway. Now, if you look at the anchors on the USS Midway, you'll notice that they're painted gold. The reason they're painted gold is because she has got her intentional one. She is the only non-commissioned naval ship to have golden anchors. The reason why is because there are still re-enlistment ceremonies going on the USS Midway. There's actually one almost every other day. But she is the only non-commissioned naval ship to have golden anchors. And that concludes our southbound harbor tour. And if you're here for the 2-hour tour, sit down, relax. We're going to go to the dock really fast, pick up some more passengers, and then head out into our northbound harbor tour. Ladies and gentlemen, as we return to our dock, I'd like to thank you for spending the afternoon with us today. We hope you enjoyed your time and the sights of the San Diego Bay. We also hope you join us for a dinner cruise, a brunch cruise, or a trip across the bay on the ferry. We have additional information at the ticket booth if you're interested. Once again, thank you for joining us on your flagship cruise. If you have enjoyed our services, we did want to let you know it is a maritime tradition to accept gratuities when you're exiting the vessel. I'll be available on the dock when we arrive to answer your questions about San Diego or any other cruises we offer here at Flagship. Once again, on behalf of the captain and the crew, we'd like to thank you for choosing Flagship Cruises and Events. Have a beautiful day here in partly cloudy San Diego. Oh, thank you. You guys appreciate that. Thank you.
Hey, you enjoying it so far?
And if you're thirsty or hungry, go to our second deck and talk to Brandon. Brandon's got muffins, candy, chips, soda, water, beer, wine, hot chocolate, hot coffee, and he also has an assortment of liquor down there as well. You're on the beautiful vessel, the Spirit of San Diego. The Spirit of San Diego has been inspected and has been certified by the U.S. Coast Guard. We have life jackets for all our passengers on board today. On our main and top deck, they're looking at underneath the benches. Our restrooms located on our main deck, but down those stairs. And if you have any children, shake the clothes on your children. This cruise of boats and out of the ground. Over to our right-hand side now, we're going to see the Luna. This is the world's largest expeditionary mega yacht. Means you can travel anywhere in the world that you really want to. She's 377 feet long. She's owned by the youngest. She's owned by the youngest Russian billionaire. His name is Romanov Abramovich. He also owns the Chelsea Football League. That's soccer for all you Americans on board. He also owns the world's largest mega yacht. It's called the Eclipse. It is 557 feet long. But this one here is called Luna. Head over to our right-hand side now. We're going to see Anthony's Fish Grotto's, an iconic restaurant here in downtown San Diego. To the left of Anthony's, we're going to see the Queen of the Fleet. This is Star of India. She's 149 years old. She is not a replica. She is the original Star of India. To the left of Star of India, we're going to see the HMS Surprise. You want to see that vessel in a movie called Master and Commander, starring Russell Crowe. Behind the HMS Surprise, we're going to see a B-39 Soviet submarine. Now, there's actually a myth about this B-39 Soviet submarine. It's that during the Cold War, it was always following the USS Midway route. Now that she's been decommissioned and turned into a museum, she is still following the USS Midway. And you can see the USS Midway over on our left-hand side. It's our beautiful aircraft carrier museum here in San Diego. And you actually check out all those vessels there for one admission. That whole area there is called the Maritime Museum. Here on our right-hand side now, we got these boats tied to these buoys. This is called a mooring field. And what's so special about these mooring fields that the captains / owners actually live on these boats, and they pay a rent of $150 to $100 a month. Now, the usual wait time to get on these buoys is about 25 years. This is a mooring field we're looking at here. To see the U.S. Coast Guard Air Station San Diego. This is actually the busiest Coast Guard station in San Diego. It does a lot of search and rescue missions, and it's also San Diego Bay. Behind the U.S. Coast Guard Air Station San Diego is Lippert Field. This is San Diego International Airport. It is named after famed aviator Charles Lippert, who flew across the Atlantic from New York to Paris back in May 1927. The reason it's called Lippert Field is because the plane he flew through to St. Louis. Was booked here in San Diego. And to check out two replicas of the Spirit of St. Louis. One is at Woodward Field, and the other is the San Diego Air and Space Museum in the whole park. Woodward Field is also the busiest single runway airport in the United States. Construction aircraft landing or taking off every 90 seconds. You're going to see this brown roof building here. This is a restaurant called Island Prawn. And the open area there is called Sea Level. You can have yourself a nice lunch, brunch, or dinner there. That is Island Prawn with Sea Level. To our right-hand side now, about at 3 o'clock, we're going to see, and remember guys, our 12 o'clock is always the front of the boat, so we're to our 3 o'clock now, we're going to see at the end of Harbor Island, Tom and Lighthouse Restaurant, is the Lighthouse and a restaurant. You actually see that lighthouse on top of that building. It actually works, and it flashes every 4 seconds at night. That's Tom and Lighthouse Restaurant. To left to Tom Hams. About our 4 o'clock, we're going to see that channel. Down that channel, we're going to see those two bridges. Behind those two bridges was the Naval Training Center. Young men trained to become sailors between the 1920s and 1997. The base has actually been moved. And it is now on the East Coast by the Great Lakes. But here in San Diego, the name has been changed. And it is now called Liberty Station. And if you keep looking down that same channel there, you can see that American flag waving out there in the distance. That is where MCRD is at. That is a Marine Corps recruit depot. There's a young men trained for 3 rigorous months to become United States Marines. I actually went to boot camp there. I'm a United States Marine. We have the Marines on board, Semper Fi. We actually check out our Marine Corps graduation. They're held at MCRD every Friday at 10 a.m. and they're open to the public. Here on our right-hand side now, we're going to see the America's Cup Harbor. The America's Cup was held here in San Diego between the 1980s and 1990s. That was the year that we lost the America's Cup to New Zealand. The races were not held here in the San Diego Bay, but they're held out in the ocean. Well, this is where most of the boats stop at. It is now home to our fishing fleet. We can take it out there. Full day, or if you're brave enough, 3 big fishing tours. rocky jetty here. Behind that rocky jetty is a small boat launch ramp where you can launch your small boat there for free and then park your car for free. It's like strange looking gazebo. Also behind that small boat launch ramp, we're going to see that green booth building there. That is Hooker's by the Bay. That is a very famous concert venue here in San Diego. Also behind Shelter Island, we have 3 yacht clubs. We have the Silver Gate Yacht Club, the Southwestern Yacht Club, and the San Diego Yacht Club.
Consider that up on the water that deep, the several tons per square inch. Your shark is not going to exert tons of force.
Note, over to the right-hand side now, we're using Navy museums to the Navy trains dolphins and sea lions to search for mines and explosives underneath naval ships. Sometimes we very carefully at these pins here. I remember a seal dolphin jump on the water, skim the top. And this is where the dolphins begin their quote-unquote boot camp. They do all their training here in the San Diego Bay before they get stationed all across the country so they can do what they're trained to do. And it is a search for mines and explosives underneath naval ships. Usually takes about 7 years to fully train a dolphin to do that. Here we're going to see this pier here. This pier is a viewing pier. This is actually the first pier that the United States Navy used when they first came to San Diego. And about 100 years ago, when the Navy first came to San Diego, they used coal to fill up those naval ships. And you actually see where they stored their coal at. If you look right behind this pier and onto that hill there, there's some hills been dug out. This is where they used to store the coal for fuel for those naval ships. On top of the hill now on Point Loma, we're going to see that huge tripod up there. Is the testing facility for antenna positioning. And what the antenna position device did was just get a model of the naval ship, put it right in the center, and then they will test where best to place those antennas at on that naval ship. You can actually see a smaller scale of this antenna position device at the Maritime Museum. And then let's get over to our right-hand side now. We're going to see some sea lions on our bait barges. Our bait barges supply our fishing fleet with sardines and anchovies for their fishing tours. We're going to try to see them. There's a lot of boat traffic over there.
On the platform.
They don't normally come into this type of
that sea lions have bigger flippers and actually walk on those flippers. You'll see them laying on top of each other. You're not going to see seals do that. You're also going to hear them barking. Seals do not bark, only during mating season. And these male sea lions can reach up to 800 pounds, while a male seal can reach up to 300 pounds. And it's considered a very big seal. These birds we're looking at here. These blackbirds are cormorants, and they're about 50 feet.
I don't know how to fold it.
push it down in there.
Those white gray birds are the elusive seagulls. Here we've got a yellow crane. There should be some big gray birds. These are gray herons. Those small white birds are snowy egrets. And those big white birds are white herons.
So they get
These are our sea lions on our bay barges.
I'd be scared of them. What They get mad when they look at this. It's free.
And over to our right-hand side now, we're going to see the submarine base here in the San Diego Bay. I see one Los Angeles-class submarine. It's just to the left of this second pier here. These Los Angeles-class submarines are about 360 feet long. They have a crew of about 130. It was male-only crew, but that changed last year when the Navy started introducing females onto those submarines. These submarines are nuclear powered, which means we don't have to get refueled anytime soon. About once every 30 years. They can spend months and months at a time underwater, and their primary weapons are Tomahawk cruise missiles and torpedoes. Here we see it right now, just to the left of this second pier here. On top of the hill now on Point Loma, we're going to see Fort Rosecrans National Cemetery. Over 90,000 veterans are buried up there. There's also 24 Medal of Honor recipients buried up there as well.
Wow.
Oh, and here we got a dolphin straight ahead.
Where?
That's our fishing, part of our fishing fleet, a dolphin. She goes out twice a day, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. Right now they're catching calico bass, rockfish, barracuda. There's the dolphin. If you'd like more information on our dolphin, you can always talk to our captain, Captain McCann. Like the number 2 dolphin that is fishing trips. Over to our right-hand side now, we're going to see these bunkers here. Inside these bunkers are guided missiles and ammunition for our cruisers, destroyers, and frigate naval ships. If you're going to be here on our southbound harbor tour, we're going to see those naval ships at Naval Base San Diego. And North Island here got its name from its original geography. And it was once called North Coronado because it was separated from South Coronado, which is now known as the city of Coronado, a shallow bay known as the Spanish Bight, which was later built in 1945 during World War II. During World War II, North Island was a major U.S. continental base supplying operating forces in the Pacific. Those forces included over a dozen aircraft carriers, the Seabees, the U.S. Coast Guard, the Army, and the United States Marine Corps. It's actually a total of 6. She has about 35,000 Navy personnel here. With our 2 aircraft carriers at home. We have the USS Ronald Reagan and the USS Carl Vinson. She has her own baseball fields, golf course, tennis courts, bowling alleys, movie theaters, and she also has a Navy exchange. They also hire about 3,300 civilians to work at Naval Air Station North Island. And over to our 3 o'clock now, we're going to see this building here with a black banner on the left-hand side of it. This is where they restore aircraft for the USS Midway. Usually takes a few months to restore an aircraft to be museum ready. Once it's done, they get it from here and then ship it to our aircraft carrier museum. The USS Midway. Here we got these white tankers. Inside these white tankers is JP-5 fuel. That fuel is used for Seahawk helicopters, the F-18 Hornets, and Super Hornets, and all the other aircraft there at Naval Air Station North Island. These are large cementing to the water. These were actually docking stations for battleships. And this whole area of the water here was called Battleships Row. Because you can just imagine how many battleships were docked here at one time. There's about 8 of these docking stations. The United States Navy doesn't use battleships anymore because they have missile. And we're going to helicopter coming straight towards us right now. Look at that right here. Over to our right-hand side, a little bit out there in the distance, where I see some F-5 fighting Falcons out there. They actually came in this morning. Looks like they were probably spend the night here. Take off tomorrow in the morning. And Naval Air Station North Island has been an aircraft carrier base since 1924. When the first aircraft carrier, the USS Langley, was based here. And North Island here was commissioned at Naval Air Station back in 1917. And it was once called Naval Air Station San Diego until 1955. In 1963, it was officially granted the birthplace of naval aviation. The Navy's first aviator, Lieutenant Theodore Ellison, had made his colleagues trained here on North Island, starting as early as 1911. Is going to be used for the Seahawk helicopters. It's not ready yet, but they are using these 2 old ones here by our 1 o'clock. Those hangars there were once used for, were built back in the 1930s. They were once used for seaplanes. Seaplanes are no longer used because there's other aircraft that can fly out further and faster out to the ocean. Now these are Seahawk helicopters. These are a multi-purpose helicopter. They do search and rescue missions, medical evac, they carry cargo, they carry personnel, they do air-to-ground attacks, they have anti-submarine weapons, and they also carry the United States Navy SEALs. The crew is 2 pilots, an additional crew member, and a rescue diver. Their rescue divers use this in cases of emergencies out at sea. And these Seahawk helicopters do look like Black Hawk helicopters used by the United States Army, and Jayhawk helicopters used by the United States Coast Guard. They all do look alike. They have the same shell swap, but they have different missions that they do, and they're also painted a different color. But these are Seahawk helicopters we have here. she's part of the military signal command, meaning there are mostly civilians that work on that naval ship. Here we have two Nimitz-class aircraft carriers. We got the number 70, that is the USS Carlsbad, and number 76, that is the USS Ronald Reagan. These Nimitz-class aircraft carriers are about 1,100 feet long. They're about 4 stories high from her heel all the way to the top of the mast. She carry up to 85 aircraft, such as the C-2 Greyhound, the F-18 Hornet, and the Prowler. Her crew is about 5,700. And these Nimitz-class aircraft carriers make over 20,000 meals a day for the whole entire crew. She has a small hospital with 8 doctors and 80 hospital beds. And her top speed is about 30 knots, which is about 35 miles per hour. But her true top speed is actually top secret. And you probably saw the number 70 on TV last November. There's actually a college basketball game on her. It was Michigan State versus North Carolina. President Obama was actually on board to watch that game. I saw that game. What game? North Carolina beat Michigan State 67 to 55. And the USS Carl Vinson is also famous for burying Osama bin Laden's body out at sea. This is the Nimitz-class aircraft carrier that did that. To left of number 70, we're going to see number 187, there's the United States naval ship, Henry J. Kaiser. She's an oil replenishment ship. And what she does is she goes out to sea and she replenishes ships that are underway with the hoses that are on the left and right hand side of that naval ship. She's about 680 feet long and has a crew of around 200. To left of number 187, we got the City of Coronado. To left of the City of Coronado, we got the Coronado Bay Bridge. And over to our 1 o'clock now, we got the USS Midway. The USS Midway was commissioned from 1945 until 1992. That's about 47 years. That's a record for an aircraft carrier. She was never in World War II. She was commissioned 2 weeks after World War II ended, but she was in every conflict after World War II, except the Korean War. Her last mission was Operation Desert Storm. She's about 1,000 feet long. And to give you an example of how long she is, if you look at the high-rise buildings in downtown San Diego, none of those high-rise buildings there reach the height limit of 500 feet. They're about 499 feet tall. There's actually a height restriction because of Lindbergh Field. So if you get the USS Midway, you put her up vertically, she's actually the same size of 2 of those high-rise buildings stacked on top of each other. She can carry up to 75 aircraft and had a crew of about 4,500. In her day, she was the biggest ship in the world. She held that title for about 10 years. Now people say she is the greatest aircraft carrier museum in the world. She's a self-guided tour, which means you can spend all day on the USS Midway if you like. Only for the times that she's open, that's from 10 to 5. There's also docents on board that can give you a little bit more history about the USS Midway. If you have the time, you should really check her out. She's a beautiful aircraft carrier.
And they test you to see how efficient you are.
And that also concludes all the harbor tours for today.
Every time you go
ladies and gentlemen, as we return to our dock, I want to thank you for spending the afternoon with us. We hope you enjoyed your time and the sights of the San Diego Bay. We're also available to host your private events and weddings. We also hope you'll join us for a dinner cruise, a brunch cruise, or a trip across the bay on the ferry. We have additional information at the ticket booth if you're interested. Once again, thank you for joining us on your flagship cruise. If you have enjoyed our services, we do want to let you know it is a maritime tradition to accept gratuities when you're exiting the vessel. I'll be available on the dock when you arrive to answer your questions about San Diego or any other cruises we offer here at Flagship. Once again, on behalf of the captain and the crew, we'd like to thank you for choosing Flagship Cruise and Events. Have a beautiful evening in San Diego.
Ooh. Peace. Deuces. Gotta say deuces. San Diego. Oh, that one deuces. This is deuces.
So how did you young people enjoy your harbor cruise?
It was A. Wait, how you do it? A1. Get it? A1.
And contrary to my daughter, I'm old. I'm trips.
I'm only 2s.
Y'all supposed to say it's the bomb. That's what you say.
It was the bum diggity, baby.
And like for real?
For reals. For shizzle.
Oh yeah, in
My
California
uncles?
they all say and
Like
for real.
for sure, dude.
I mean, like, it was totally
Like.
It was like totally awesome forever.
That's how they talk.
Smells like fish. I don't know if it tastes like chicken.
I don't think you want to smell
See?
like fish.
There's the car.
Don't feed.
It's on the other side of that black SUV.
And you gonna walk to it?
He got to come out. The boat right there.